Carmella here, your future realtor. Today I just want to come by my YouTube and do a fun video about 5 things you may not know about Richmond Hill. I encourage you to stick around because one may shock you. Hey, so welcome back. So you're tuned in to this cool video about 5 things you may not know about Richmond Hill. I've lived here for years and years and years. I know almost everything about this city. Well, we call it city. The people who live here call it city because it's no longer a town. We have way too many people in it and condos going up here, there, and everywhere. So if you don't mind smashing the like button and subscribing, that would really help, and so let's get right into it. So like I just mentioned, Richmond Hill is actually Canada's youngest city. Now it was a township. Come on, Nala, really? Richmond Hill started out as a village, and in 1872, it elevated its label to township. And a long time after that, in March 2019, we got the label as city. And people who have lived here for the past 10, 15 years have always called it a city because there's so much building, there's condos everywhere, there's not even like one free space where they're not building a condo. And so many people have flourished to Richmond Hill because of all of the great things that it has to offer. So congratulations as the youngest city, but we've been here a long time. Yay, Richmond Hill. Interesting fact number 2, we have something called the David Dunlop Observatory, and anybody that lives in Richmond Hill definitely know what this place is. I used to take walks there since I was a baby, and I continue to do so with my son. So it is the space of the largest telescope in all of Canada. So the entrance to the observatory, this is going to be my first time. The David Dunlop Observatory. There used to be a house right here, a very old 70s style. I wish I could have had the video, but they obviously tore it down. So anyways, this is where this used to be all forest, nothing else. People obviously still come here and go on their hike. It actually a 5-minute walk from my house, and it looks like a big dome. So now this is the David Dunlop Observatory. This is the part, I think they use it for research for the university. Large telescope. So there it is, there you have it. If you can believe it or not, there's actually one house in this whole forest, like in the middle of been there forever. So it's just literally one house in the forest. Right in the middle of Richmond Hill. So that's been stopped by before they might tear this all down. If you're thinking about buying in Richmond Hill or you're cruising around, I'd encourage you to go take a walk into this forest. It's right at 16th Avenue Public School, which is right off of Yonge. Take a look at it because they may be tearing it down soon, and you may see some deer, which is pretty cool. Actually, I got this deer antler from the forest. So as you know, deers shed their antlers, and we were walking around, me and my son and my dog, and we got lucky enough to take this souvenir. So check it out. I encourage everyone to check it out because it's bundle these up as 2 because a lot of people don't know. When I bring people from here from out of town, I say, I'm going to the lake. They say, you have a lake? I said, well, we have 2. And yes, that's right. We have 2 lakes in this town of Richmond Hill, if you can believe it or not. Now, these lakes are a result of deep depressions that were formed over 12,000 years ago. That's when the Ice Age was around. So when the Ice Age was melting, in the time where everything was melting, big, deep blocks of ice were left behind, huge ones, and then they melted, making the deep impressions of the lake. So number 1 lake is Bond Lake, and this is located in northern Richmond Hill. It is one of our many swimming holes that we love to go to as teenagers, and I still go to take walks with my son or my fiance. We'll just go hiking every weekend. It's flooded with people now, but before we could go there and it would be virtually just me and whoever the people you would bring, perhaps 1 or 2 people around. But again, that goes for the population growth in Richmond Hill. So number 1, Bond Lake. This is actually one of the kettle lakes of Richmond Hill, and it is a part of the Oak Ridges Moraine. Now this lake is not a public lake. There are signs everywhere that says no trespassing. There are no homes around the lake. It's really go at it at your own risk. However, it's regulated now. I think it perhaps is a little bit more because there are signs that says no littering, things like that. I do have a video way down in my previous posts, and it is the coolest place to go in Richmond Hill. The coolest. There are old abandoned cabins in there. I think like you can even see where they used to chariot the horses in there when they used to probably do the trailing or whatever they did when they didn't have vehicles back then. So lots of these houses, there's several of them in there that are still standing. Try to go in there at night with a couple of friends because it can get spooky and it's just a great time. Second lake number 2, Lake Wilcox. Now this is a little different from Bond Lake as it is a public lake. You can do activities on it like kayaking, canoeing. There are older cottage type homes and there's also some newer homes on it and also some very big luxurious homes on the other side of it. I think there's even a kayaking school where they do races and things like that all the time. And it is the largest body of water in Richmond Hill, and it's been developed over the past 10 years as more people have come into Richmond Hill, now where they have added huge parks, boardwalks, and recreational paths for all of Richmond Hill residents to enjoy, not just the surrounding people who live there. Last but not least, everybody, 10101 Yonge Street, beautiful condos in Richmond Hill, right in the core of Richmond Hill, downtown Richmond Hill, lays these beautiful condos. But what was before that? Look at this clip. The Renaissance, that's what it's called. See here, this condo right here. Right here, this is the back of it. It's where it used to be. So this is kind of like on the lower portion of the road, I guess. It's kind of like a hill. And then we just drive into it here. On a big lot, and there's also like houses. It's low rise. I would consider it low rise. Some townhouses attached. We'll just get out. So as you can see, this comes right on Yonge Street. This is the core of downtown Richmond Hill. Very busy, heavy traffic flow. And this is it. Gentleman's Club, or whatever you like to call it. Beautiful little condo now though. So yes, in the 80s and 90s, and I believe in the early 2000s, there was the strip club called Fantasia, and the town absolutely hated it, especially once all of the new people started the influx into Richmond Hill. As again, it is right on Yonge Street, right in the downtown core, open for everybody to see. And I believe there was a hotel above it. So it was not liked for many reasons. A host of bad people, from the Italian mafia to bikers to just very seedy people, and Richmond Hill said, nope, we don't want any of that. And apparently from what we hear around town is that the owner was so cocky, he decided to paint the front of the strip club fluorescent pink and have fluorescent lights all around it, flashing and bulbing, just for everyone to see, for it to be more exposed. Now this is how I have always remembered the club, is very hot pink fluorescent lights, just right there on Yonge Street. So he was trying to make them angry, and that he did. And now I was just reading an article on owner of the club. I won't say his name, you can look up the article yourself, but he was actually just sentenced to 6 years in a Newmarket court for tax evasion. So obviously a lot of bad things were going on, and the club did shut down. Some say it went out of business. I always remember that it went on fire, and then I just remember these beautiful condos going up. So anybody that just came to Richmond Hill or was just here within the past, I think they tore that club down 15 years ago. So anybody that just came, sorry to burst your bubble. I'm sorry if you live in those condos, but they are the most beautiful condos in Richmond Hill. There's also some towns connected to the lower floors, and they're right on Yonge Street, and there's shops right underneath, and you can literally hail a cab, or you can literally just walk to restaurants and salons and everything. So you are living in one of the most prime areas in Richmond Hill and one of the most beautiful condos. There you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed my video on 5 unknown facts or interesting facts about Richmond Hill. If you are ever passing through, take a look at these places, or if you live here, you now know that. Thanks so much, and always tune in for more interesting videos and tips on real estate.